We've been intimate a few times, and so I allowed him to stay at my house, and he was having a party. He wasn't even trying to hide it. I don't know what type of drugs they're using. If someone ODs, I'm held responsible.
What is your defense? I can't even come up with one.
Plaintiff Alex Pamfilis claims his close friend threw multiple parties and trashed his home while he was away for work. He's suing for $1,000 for damages. Defendant Sky Tidwell claims he did the plaintiff a favor by house sitting. He says he owes nothing.
Truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Good morning, Judge.
Morning, Najee.
This is case number 102 on the docket, Pamfilis versus Tidwell.
You are suing your friend Sky Tidwell for $1,000 for property damage. Alex, what is your case?
So me and Sky Tidwell, we've been friends since high school. We've gotten really close. We even become intimate a few times, but we've been friends since high school. And so when COVID started, he lost his job, so I allowed him to stay at my house with me and my girlfriend. I travel for work, so I'm only at the house a few days out of the time. I'm usually gone, around the country. So he's basically house sitting and living there. And when I'm gone, I really don't know what's going on. And so the first time I come home, soon after I let him live there, I notice a hole or a dent in the wall, which would be picture number 4. It was only a little dent behind the fridge. So I just told him, to be a little bit more responsible after I seen that. And there was also a mess around the house. So it was kind of obvious he was having people over. He agreed that he would be more careful. And so the next time I come back to the house after a couple-week trip, I come to find picture 1, 2, and 3. And that's when I started getting upset because these are 3 big holes in the wall and then a huge hole in my closet door. And then there's also beer cans all over the place, and the house is a mess when I come home the second time. And it was obviously he was having a party. He wasn't even trying to hide it. You can no longer have anyone over at the house that I don't know, and because I could be held responsible for what happens at the house. The house is under my name. So if I don't know what type of drugs they're using. I don't know what they're doing in the house. If someone gets hurt, if someone ODs, then I'm held responsible for that. While I'm out of town the next time, I come home to find that he has put a shed in the backyard, like a tool shed in the backyard. And I find alcohol bottles, beer cans, cigarette butts in the backyard. He was trying to remedy the problem of having parties in the house. So I guess he thought it would be a good idea to have it in my backyard, which doesn't make any sense to me, but.
Sky, what about this? And before you even talk about the shed, I'm looking at these pictures of what happened to the walls, what was painted on the walls. I can't imagine what you're possible.
That's not funny. I don't know why he's laughing about it. One night, I got there around 12, 1 at night. I go into my house and my girlfriend's car is in the driveway. I don't see her nor Sky inside the house. So I go in the backyard and I find him balls deep into my girlfriend, that I was letting them both stay in my house.
That sounds pretty deep. I can't imagine what is your defense? I can't even come up with one. It's his house, right?
It is. However, he just recently got the house, and he's not in town hardly ever. And so, I was doing him a service by house sitting for him, and I was paying him rent. I was giving him money whenever I could.
He would give me a few dollars here and there. I knew he didn't have a job, so I didn't press him on the rent.
Okay.
So he gave me a few dollars where he could, but that's no excuse to trash my house. So.
Okay, hold on. Let him talk. Go ahead,
So
Sky.
I stayed there for a couple months. All right, I was there for a couple months, and I was giving him money whenever I could. And so, I was just throwing parties and having some fun.
I can see that, if that's what you call fun. But okay, you guys are what, 20, 23, something like that.
22,
so I understand you're having fun.
You're responsible for the people who you invite over to the house, though.
Why did you invite these people over if you know this is what they do?
I didn't expect anything like this to happen, okay? There's no one around. My best friend isn't even home ever anymore.
But even just out of common decency, you're in someone else's home, either paying rent or not paying rent. In this case, he's your best friend or one of your best friends. And you hold an event where why should he have to pay for it? Just because he's out of town, he's letting you stay there, or he's asking you to take care of it? That's not taking care of it. Honestly, you should have kicked him out after the first party. I'm ruling for the plaintiff.